video, we will see the 12 animals that were scarier than the dinosaurs. What makes something frightful, spooky, horrifying, or just weird enough to return to our dreams? Some people only need a spider or a snake, while others require an eldritch horror right out of the realm of H.P. Lovecraft. Many of the more well-known prehistoric animals become well-known because of some aspect of them, whether it be the size of their fangs or their sheer size in general, that causes our mammalian brains to feel a primitive sensation of dread. Try not to get scared, and let's check it out together. Number 12, the Dunkleosteus. Despite lacking teeth, the 33-foot-long armored fish from the Devonian period had razor-sharp bone protrusions in its mouth that could be used to puncture and slice through its prey. The edges of these bones continued to grow, and as they did, they scraped against the opposing jaw, functioning as a self-sharpening shears. In doing so, these fangs would be available at all times to chomp fish, ammonites, and other armored prey. This 4-ton giant fish could scoop up prey by opening and closing its jaws in less than 50 milliseconds and patrol the inshore seas. Number 11, the Helicoprion. The enigma surrounding this strange fish begins with a strange fossil and countless attempts to identify and categorize it. For more than a century, Helicoprion baffled ichthyologists and paleontologists alike. Up until 2013, the only thing left of this creature was a wall of fossilized teeth. Even though most scientists agreed that the teeth belonged in its lower jaw, the teeth's presumed placement continued to move throughout the body in sometimes bizarre configurations, as can be seen in many depictions of the reconstructions. The position of the lower jaw's buzz-like teeth was finally identified because of the later finding of some jaw-related remains. Strangely, this monster could both gum at you and bite you at the same time because it lacked upper teeth. The teeth could rotate backwards when the mouth closed, resembling a circular saw blade. It most likely subsisted on the soft bodies of cephalopods like squid and others. Number 10, the Arthropleura. When you're out for a hike, this is not something you want to see creeping around the woods. Despite being an 8.5-foot-long millipede from the Carboniferous period that presumably fed on dead plant materials like current millipedes and was herbivorous, Arthropleura nevertheless has a terrifying reputation. Even if it won't try to devour you, it still has a disturbing presence as it moves around. Arthropleura was able to move around and maneuver quickly, undulating hundreds of legs in rhythm to nauseate and annoy those viewing, according to fossil trackways that have been found. Those are the biggest known land invertebrates, and it's unlikely that they have any predators, but they could likely rear up and stare you in the eye if necessary. Number 9, the Smilodon. During the Pleistocene era, North and South America was home to the renowned saber-toothed cat. Its size was comparable to that of the current lions and tigers, but it had enormous upper body strength which it used to drag prey to the ground. A death bite would subsequently kill the victim to the throat, or a stabbing cut to the lungs caused by its 11-inch long, serrated fangs. In either case, if it knocked you over, those protruding teeth would pierce your skin and dig into your flesh. It may have had a milder bite than contemporary large cats, but it was nonetheless a fearsome animal. Number 8, Spinosaurs. The Spinosaurus was one of the most amazing and dreadful monsters to ever prowl the earth. It featured a crocodile-like elongated cranium and a snout packed with roughly 64 straight, conical teeth. Since it was semi-aquatic, there was no place for it to flee from the fish-eating dinosaur monster. Even larger than the T-Rex and Gigantosaurus, Spinosaurus is now the largest known carnivorous dinosaur. Spinosaurs may have been 41 to 59 feet long and weighed more than 20 tons, although the exact measurements are still debatable. Its back was covered with extended neural spines that formed a sail-like structure, giving it an even greater and more menacing appearance. Number 7, Sarcosuchus. Sarcosuchus, a crocodile-like reptile from the Cretaceous period, was 40 feet long and weighed 10 tons. It lived in what is now Africa and South America. It is significantly more difficult to flee from it if it can move between land and water. Its 6-foot-long cranium had 132 teeth in it. Sarcosuchus was larger than almost all of the dinosaurs that coexisted with it, and evidence suggests that it consumed enormous terrestrial animals, including dinosaurs, making it one of the top 10 most terrifying creatures ever. The fact that it could defeat something like the Suchomimus is concerning, even if its diet was primarily composed of fish and it spent most of its time underwater. If you're still enjoying this video, do like, share, and press the subscribe button for more exciting videos like this. Turn on the bell icon to receive notifications about the upcoming videos. Thank you. Now let's move on to the video. Number 6, Leviathan melvillei. When he rises up, the mighty are terrified. They flee before his thrashing, according to the Old Testament and Herman Melville, the author of the novel Moby Dick, which tells the story of an evil white whale that terrorized Captain Ahab and ultimately led to his death as well as the destruction of his ship and crew. This extinct whale was given the names Leviathan and Moby Dick. You have a lot to live up to with this name. Leviathan melvillei, which existed in the Miocene era, is connected to contemporary sperm whales like Moby Dick. It was between 44 and 57 feet long, with a cranium 10 feet long and 14.5 inch long teeth. They consumed enormous prey at the water's surface, including other whales. This whale's size growth is most likely due to its direct food competition with the megalodon. Number 5. Mosasaurus. Mosasaurus were reptile-like creatures with long snouts and massive skulls. Their limbs were changed into paddles with fewer finger and toe bones and shorter limb bones than their forebears. This body's tail portion was lengthy, with a little curve at the end that resembled the early ichthyosaurs. More than 100 vertebrae make up the backbone. The skulls of the mosasaurs, which are related to the current monitor lizards, had remarkably similar anatomy to that of the modern monitor lizards. The jaws had several conical, slightly curved teeth that each were fixed in a separate socket. The jawbones stood out because they had a mid-length joint and were only joined at the front by ligaments. The creatures could also feast on enormous prey thanks to this arrangement, which allowed them to stretch their lower jaws horizontally. Number 4. The Titanoboa. This is for those of you who are ophidiophobic. During the Paleocene era, there was a 42-foot-long snake known as the Titanoboa. It probably hunted in a manner similar to that of crocodiles, waiting at the edge of the river while partially submerged in order to surprise thirsty animals. Inflicting and crushing demise on its prey, it would attack from the water and encircle the victim. It inhabited South American rainforests when it was warmer than it is now in the tropics. Number 3. Gigantosaurus. Only at 3 feet, at 43 foot long, was Gigantosaurus bigger than the Tyrannosaurus rex. It had a 5.2 foot long skull with 64 8-inch long compressed and serrated teeth that were designed for slashing through flesh, not bone like the other teeth of the Tyrannosaurus. In what is now Argentina, a dinosaur named Gigantosaurus lived during the Cretaceous period. The African Chacharodontosaurus, which was almost the same size as it, was linked to it. Number 2. The Megalodon. The same waters where Leviathan melvillei resided and foraged also housed the 59-foot-long shark. It had enormous 7-foot wide jaws with 5 rows of roughly 276 compressed blade-like teeth that were designed for slicing and grabbing strong prey. Paleontologists can only base their theories on the jaws of the megalodon and a few trace fossils because sharks' cartilage-based skeletons are rarely preserved on the fossil record. Megalodons have bodies that resemble those of larger, more powerful great white sharks. And at number 1, the Jaekelopterus. Giant sea scorpion in 3 words. That's true. This 8-foot-long arthropod was aquatic and equipped with pincher claws. Since all Euryptids are genuinely horrifying, this piece could easily focus solely on how terrifying these creatures appear. The largest of them possessed an 18-inch spiky claw that was spring-loaded to grab fish as they passed by. Imagine coming across one of these monsters as molts on the sand before heading into the pool. And with that, we conclude today's video. What do you think was the most scariest? Share your thoughts down in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching and for your continued support. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Also, please refer to other videos on our channel for more content, and we'll see you in the next video.